did it.
Hey?
We did it.
Did what?
We sold our house, we sold all of our stuff, and we're travelling around the world for the rest of our lives.
What?
We did it.
We need to get into this. Welcome to the first episode of To Go Rome. What are you talking about?
We did it.
Hi, so thanks for joining us in our first episode. My name's Neil.
And my name's Sarah.
And as Sarah spilled the beans a little bit at the start, we've sold our house, we've sold all of our stuff, and we're going to travel the world for potentially the rest of our lives. But as I'm sure you can imagine, there's a little bit more behind that. And we thought the best way of getting into that detail would be through the medium of a Q&A. Now, given this is our first episode though, we don't have any viewers to ask us any questions. So we thought about the questions ourselves, or Sarah has mainly. So she's going to be the question master. I'll do the answering. Sarah will undoubtedly answer some which I start to screw up, because I have a propensity to do such a thing. But needless to say, we are going places.
On the train?
No, not on the train.
No.
We're going much further. Hit me with the first question, Sarah.
So Neil, what is it we're actually doing?
What is it we're doing? Well, as you said at the outset, we sold all of our stuff. We sold our house. When I say we sold all of our stuff, we sold everything. All we've got now is enough to fit in a couple of cases for us to travel the world, and a wardrobe in your mum's house, with kind of trinkets and things that have some kind of emotional value to them. Everything else has gone.
Yeah.
We sold our house in double quick time. People said that with COVID, the solicitors or lawyers are operating really slowly, but that's not our experience. We stuck it on the market, we had a bidding war, and then within 6 weeks we were out of there. We were kicked out on our backsides within
Just made it, isn't it?
within 6 weeks. It's like, what the hell happened there? If you're in the All-Sage area, strongly recommend checking out Stevenson Brown as a estate agent. They're pretty damn good. And if you get to speak to Margaret there, she will make sure everything runs at super quick pace. She was exceptional.
Brilliant.
They were exceptional. It was a great service all round.
Yeah, thank you.
So they're not sponsoring this. Stevenson Brown, why aren't you sponsoring this? Anyway, that's another thing. So sold everything. We're going to hit the road, and basically with COVID, we don't know where we're going to go yet. But we are literally open to the entire world. If South America opens, when we're allowed to move again, because at the moment we're entirely locked down, the airports are even talking about closing today. So when we're allowed to leave this country, if South America will have us, we go in there. If Europe will have us, we'll go there. If Asia, so we'll go wherever
we can.
where we're allowed to go. We just want to get this done and get on the road.
Yeah.
Figuratively, we're looking at 10 years. Could be 10 weeks if we find that this isn't for us, but it could be for the rest of our lives if we find it really is for us. But yeah, did I miss anything?
No, that's what we're doing.
Yep, blimey. Right, okay, so question 2.
So why do we want to travel the world?
Right, that's a deeper question, really. We've spoken about how and how we've got ourselves ready for it. Well, first of all, neither of us are at retirement age, and I recommend sticking around, watch the rest of what we're doing, because we're going to explain how we've managed to do this as quickly as we have. But I fell down the stairs. That sounds hilarious when you say that, but when you actually do it, it's not as funny.
No, it wasn't funny.
But I fell down the stairs in March. If anyone's interested, I can go through the story about how I fell down the stairs, because there were extenuating circumstances which didn't involve alcohol. and it was a bad fall, and it affected me in a way that I didn't think I could be affected. First of all, emotionally, but equally physically. So I basically completely shattered my shoulder blade, and recovery from that has been much longer than I could ever have imagined it would be. And I became a bit of a celebrity at the hospital because they hadn't seen anything like it before either. And it was doing that made me think and then discuss it with you about our long-term plan was to travel the world.
Yeah.
Let's just bring it forward. Let's just do it now, because things happen in an instant, and you never know what the future holds. And you know, we've put plans in place to make it such that we're in a position to do this. Our numbers aren't perfect, but our numbers are
They're
right
good
where
enough.
we need them to be.
Yeah.
And so we're saying, no, let's do it. So we both resigned from our jobs,
Yeah.
which was obviously a big step, stopping that income flow coming in. We're both career people, so that's been, you know, that's been a big step, and it's been certainly difficult for me in doing that. I feel like I've let a lot of people down in some respects in doing that, but you know, sometimes in life you got to focus.
You've got to look after yourself.
Yeah, you got to focus on that. So that's why we're doing it now. Why we're doing it. We've always dreamed of seeing the
Yeah.
world.
We've travelled, you know, on holiday. We've travelled to many countries, haven't we? But this is different.
Yeah, yeah.
We want to see more of the countries we haven't even. We've never gone to Asia.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, exactly. And so we're vacationers.
yeah.
We are not backpackers, trekkers, and that's what we're kind of becoming,
Yeah.
which is exciting and yeah, a little bit scary at the same time. But yeah, okay. So you're doing very well with these questions, by the way. So what's your third question?
So I think this is the third question, and probably the elephant in the room
Right.
is how are we actually affording this?
Yes. Well, I had a big win on the horses. No, I didn't have a big.
That would have been nice.
No, we haven't won anything.
No.
Never have. So basically, through a lot of hard work, there is kind of there's a movement which is growing massively in America, which is known as FIRE. It's not really got traction in the UK yet. FIRE stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. FIRE. And we really, when we saw that, we focused hard on that financial independence, and I think everyone, if they're in a position to, should be focusing on that.
Yeah.
So financial independence isn't to say, I want to become wealthy beyond my wildest dreams. What it's about is, I want to be financially capable, such that if something bad happens, we're well positioned for it.
Yeah.
But also, if you move your numbers in the right direction enough, then you have that opportunity potentially to retire early. And it's not a straightforward process. And if you continue to watch our series, so on that basis, I strongly recommend you like this video and click the subscribe button and click the little bell so that you get updates. But we, over the coming months and even years, will be explaining what those steps were that we put in place to enable us to do this. So it's not easy, but can the majority of people do it? I think absolutely they can if they
Just
if they
changing a
take it seriously.
mindset
Yeah,
and recognising what's actually important and valuable.
yeah,
Just, yeah.
yeah. And what we find valuable is experiences, seeing things and experiencing things, and too
Things
much.
don't have to cost
No.
too much.
Yeah, and too much in the past we've focused on things that give us joy, but really they don't They
No.
never have.
No.
So we got rid of things so that we can fill our lives with experiences and adventure.
Yeah.
So how we saved a wedge of cash. And as I say, stick around, we'll tell you how we saved a wedge of cash. And actually, we're going to be talking a lot more about money as we go on, but I think Sarah will probably ask me a question on that shortly, but we'll see what she does. Right, so that's question 3. So now question 4.
So Neil, we've explained the how and the why, and then we've decided to obviously put this out on YouTube, and I think that was very much your idea. So do you want to just explain where that came from?
Yep. So there's a few reasons for that. The first reason is a very, very simple reason, and that is we're going all around the world, and it's about capturing our memories in many respects. So it was for you and me when we're old and grey, and we can look back at it and see that. But also wanted friends and family to see where we are. You know, it's the modern equivalent of giving 3 rings.
Yeah.
You know? So you know, when we get to a location, so for example, if I was to say to my dad, "Hey Dad, we're going to Kosovo," I'm guessing he's going to be concerned. So partly what I want to do is go to Kosovo and video
amazing.
it. It does. It looks amazing, and video it, and then he'll go, that's all right. That's good.
Yeah.
So that was the first reason. A second reason is when we started this journey of, first of all, financial independence. Second of all, thinking about traveling the world. We were sucking up content online from blogs and from YouTube on other people that are doing this kind of thing, and there are many. There's not a huge amount, but there are many. And honestly, anytime someone brought out a new video, I'll be going, Sarah,
straight on it.
new video, let's watch this, because everything is information. Another little bit of information, another little bit of information. It builds up into the ability to have the kind of knowledge that we need.
And also, I can remember when we started watching all that content, my idea of how a country is nowhere near what it actually is, and I think that's
it's been a learning experience
absolutely
for us both.
yeah.
So there's that. So it's kind of pay it forward. So I want other people to watch our videos and go, blimey, if they can do it, if that idiot can do it, then surely we can
Don't
do
be
it.
nasty, Neil.
It's about me this time. So it's to inspire people in that respect, and also to provide some real, tangible parts around it, where people will have the kind of questions that we've had as we've watched. So so for example, you watch a video and someone will say, and it costs you £1,000 a month to stay here. You go, really? But I don't know if I live the same lifestyle as you. And it's being able to get that full picture, and it's when you're making the step of selling everything, getting a wad of cash together to travel the world, and then the scary bit is you start travelling the world and go, oh, it's actually more expensive than I thought, because that person we watched has got a higher standard of living, a lower standard of living than what we've got. So what I want to do is get this out there for people with real specific numbers. A lot of people are given those specific numbers, but specific to us, and people that relate to us will go, okay, we're living it larger than Neil and Sarah, or we're living it smaller than Neil and Sarah, and they'll be able to kind of measure against us. And then final thing on why YouTube for this kind of stuff is there's a lot of content from the United States and from Canada. There's a lot of financial vlogs from the UK, not much in regard to people who are retiring early to travel the world. So it's for UK viewers to give them that kind of insight as well.
Okay. And is there an element of it's always been a passion of yours as well?
Ah, crazy, yeah. So when I was 10, I had my first video camera, which was the size of what you saw on Back to the Future. Yeah, that kind of thing. And with that camera, I would walk around the house and video my cats and my dog and all that kind of stuff. And then I'd spend hours with pieces of paper writing out the intro, and then I'd hold it up to the camera. So video editing and recording, all that kind of, love it. Yeah. So this is more about following that passion as well.
Passion
absolutely.
Project. And
definitely.
Certainly once retired, it's going to be something new.
It's not a passion project for you, is it? So what are you cool with that?
I'm cool with it. I've obviously taken a little more persuading to do it, but I'm fine with it. And I think certainly from a friends and family point of view, keeping up with where we're up to, that's amazing. But also I want to do this as a personal thing as well. It's there's personal challenges and things. Good. So I'm up for it.
That should work out. All right, cool. So let's move on to the next question.
Okay. So what sort of content should people expect to have?
Right, well that's going to be a bit of a test for me, I would say, because I've been putting this together, haven't I? And let's see if I can remember. So there are 5 different types of videos. Okay. Video 1 is going to be a day in the life of Neil and Sarah. So a standard kind of vlog. So we'll be in Bangkok and it will be watch Neil and Sarah today as they go to the local dentist so Neil can have a tooth out.
Right.
All right. So it might not be that, but that's at the forefront of my mind because I'm having a tooth out next week. So hear me out. But it'll be kind of a day in life vlog, and that'll be
local attractions and
that kind of thing, doing stuff in the locality of where we are. Yeah. The second type will be a walking tour. So that will be, let's say we're in Istanbul. And we're walking around Istanbul. It'll be high definition so people can see, okay, I'm thinking about going to Istanbul, spend a month there, what does it look like? They'll be able to see what it looks like in the downtown areas mainly. But the slant on that will be, we're going to have a bit of focus on restaurants, bars, places of interest, cafes, that kind of thing. And then when we focus on one of these places, we're going to put prices on screen so people can see. So that looks like a nice bar. How much is a beer? How much is a glass of wine in there? That's a nice coffee shop. How much is a coffee and a Chelsea bun, for example? If you're interested in other types of buns, do let us know in the comments because then we can really home in on the kind of buns people are interested in. So it's going to be that kind of video.
Okay.
The next type of video is 2, and this comes as a set. Basically, so we're in Istanbul. Okay, we've just finished being in Istanbul for the month, and we look at a map. So this will be the video where we'll look at a map, and we'll look at the price of flights to get from Istanbul to where is relatively local to there, and we'll choose our next location. So that will be the video. We choose our next location. The next bit, and this is a bit of a challenge for us, is we'll use online tools, and there are some really, really good quality online tools you can use for this to work out the cost of living. Okay. We'll key all the details in, and we'll work out what the cost of living is for that location for people like us, and you'll see in quite a level of detail what we would like to see in a cost of living. And it will say, so let's say we're going from Istanbul to Dubrovnik, and we key all of our numbers in, and it says your cost of living for Dubrovnik will be £1,800 pounds for the month. That's our challenge. Okay. £1,800. We've got to find accommodation. We've got to pay for all of our food, drink, electricity, water, Wi-Fi, everything out of that. So that's going to be at the start of the month, and then at the end of the month will be a roundup of, it said it was going to cost us £1,800. This is what it actually cost us.
And we're going to track it every single day.
We're going to track it to the nth degree. That's your job.
That's my job.
That's why I say it's to the nth degree, because I would not do it to that level. I am
detailed.
You are detailed. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And the 5th, as I've intimated earlier in this vlog, we worked out how to how to escape work early, so that we can follow our dream. I found out, you know, the best advice isn't actually to fall down the stairs. I shouldn't have left quite as early as I did, but the stairs helped with that. So it's going to be a set of videos around money and how you can arrange your money with a focus on financial independence. And there's going to be a lot of thought experiments, and we'll be doing various things with that. And the key to that is entertainment, because everyone knows money is entertaining. Numbers are no, they're not, are they? But we're going to do our damnedest to try and make it as entertaining as possible.
Yeah.
So that's
Definitely.
I did it, didn't I? That's the 5.
Yeah,
That's
you
the
did
5. Okay, good. So please, can we just have one more question? Because I'm sat in your mum's back garden. It's freezing.
It's freezing cold.
It's January. So one more question, and then that's it. All right.
Okay. So, final question. When are we going?
Do I look like Boris Johnson?
No.
He's he's the person that can answer that question for you. So we could try and get him on the phone. Basically, we're ready to go. We are absolutely.
Our bag is literally packed.
Our bag is literally packed, and we are in your mum's back bedroom. I'm thinking of that like Everest Base Camp.
Yeah.
Okay, it is a bit like that first thing in the morning. Our heating comes on quite late. Everest Base Camp. We're getting ourselves organised so that the minute Boris says, "Here's your jab, here's your vaccine, you're free to travel the world," we're off.
Yeah.
So I've got one last question for you, and then we're going to wrap it. Got any concerns? Anything worrying you about our future?
No, I think we're going to have challenges. We're definitely going to have things that don't go right, things that, you know, but that is also part of it's learning, part of developing yourself, and you know, as to how we deal with things. So I haven't got any concerns. I just maybe COVID is a concern at the minute, but I'm pretty confident the way the vaccines are going, we'll be off as soon as we can.
Yep.
So money-wise, no concerns, because I know we know the figures and we know what we need to do to keep on track. So that's all okay.
Brilliant.
You?
No. I just can't wait to get going.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get going. Right. Well done, Sarah. You did really well at this. You're like Michael Parkinson in many respects. So that's it. That's the end of our first video. So that's it. That's the end of our first vlog. Just wanted to congratulate you, Sarah. We did it.
We did it.
It's been a bit of a journey doing this first vlog. Not as easy as people make it look, but we did it. So Sarah, before we wrap, any final thoughts from you?
Well, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed our first video, and look forward to plenty more.
Yeah, okay, well said. So if you did enjoy this, like it, and subscribe, because this is day one of our journey, really, and we have basically committed to videoing our entire journey through this, wherever we are in the world. And just to repeat what we said earlier, you're going to see detail of cost of living in different locations. You'll see what we're doing in different locations. You'll see how we plan for where we go to, and work out how that planning actually turned out. Was it successful or was it not? And we'll be doing tours of the locations we're in. And finally, we'll be doing some vlogs related to finance, and how maybe if you find this interesting, you could set yourself up to do something similar. So here's till next time. Again, this is To Go Rome. Bye.
Bye.